Long time ago, during our forefathers' time when animals were able to communicate with humans, one pregnant woman went down to her field to collect some vegetables. At her field, she saw a fresh fine bottle gourd and tried to pluck it. Suddenly, a tiger saw her and said to her, "That is my gourd. Why are you going to pick it? I will end your life if you pluck it." That caught the woman's attention, and she trembled in total fear. Left with no other options to get away from the situation, the woman who was pregnant said to the tiger, "Do not kill me, for I will give you my baby when it is born." So the tiger let her go unharmed. In due time, a daughter was born. Whenever the lady went to her field, routinely, the tiger asked the woman if her child was born yet, till at last, she told the tiger that it had already been born. Soon the tiger asked her if her daughter was old enough to get married. But the woman deceitfully lied to the tiger by telling him that her daughter was not yet old enough to marry. Till one day she realized that she must keep her word, or else the tiger would find out about it one way or the other, and the outcome will be bad for her family. And so she eventually admitted that her daughter was old enough to marry him. One day, as the woman sat weaving cloth for her daughter on her wedding day, she was greatly upset and her tears fell fast on the cloth. When she thought that her child would surely be killed and will be eaten, the same feeling happened with her husband as he worked at the basket to be gifted for his daughter. His tears fell fast on the bamboo basket. When the daughter saw it, she asked her mother why she is crying. She replied, "I poked myself in the eye with my bobbin." Then asked her father why he's crying, and the father responded, "I poked myself in the eye with a slip of bamboo." Then the day of the nuptial finally came, and her parents tearfully gave her hand to the tiger in marriage. Many moons later, a baby girl was born to the couple. When her mother carried the baby, she never cried, but when her father, the tiger, carried her, she cried all the time. His wife asked the tiger, "Why do you make our daughter cry all the time?" The tiger nonchalantly replied, "It is because my whiskers pricked her." But the wife was adamant to agree. So one day she decided to hide and watch what was really going on. To her surprise, she saw the tiger knock his little daughter's head against a hard stone and lick up the blood which dripped down from the baby's head. When she saw this, she was determined to leave and said to her husband by trying to make sudden excuses, "I am going to fetch some firewood, so hold and watch our baby till I come back." But the tiger replied, "I am coming with you too." Whenever she asked about fetching water or firewood, the tiger always replied that he would accompany her, knowing she may run away from him. At last, she asked him to look after the child so that she could go down to the spring nearby their house to wash their clothes. Saying so, she went down to the spring and set a louse and a flea to wash the clothes and took the opportunity to flee to her parents' house. The tiger thought that the noise made by the louse and flea was his wife washing the clothes, so he kept calling, "The baby is crying, come up and nurse her." But despite multiple calls, his wife didn't show up for the baby. After some time, he himself came down to the spring to look for her, and to his surprise, his wife was long gone, and found out that all this while the louse and flea was making the washing sound instead. So out of anger, he crushed the louse, but the flea luckily jumped away. The tiger set out to trace the trail of his wife and asked everyone he met on the way, but all replied to him that they had not seen her, till at last he came to the spider, who said she had just gone by, that way destroying his laborious web. The tiger traced her till he came up with her at the door of her wife's parents' house. The tiger was quick enough to catch up. It was late at night. The woman, upon seeing the tiger, cried out, "Mother, come out of the inner room and open the door for me." But the mother did not open the door, thinking she could be some kind of ghost feigning as their daughter in disguise, as deceptive things often happen in those times. The mother wanted to make sure it was her real daughter, and she kept asking some secretive questions to make herself convinced before opening the door for her daughter. And so because of her mother's reluctance, she had to meet her fateful death.